Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. We have made it to half the year just about now, and things are starting to heat up and accelerate as well. So before we get into the personal forecasts, I just want to share with you the upcoming events that are happening for us this month. We have a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and this is happening on July the 14th at 21 degrees. Okay? And we also have Mercury in the sign of Cancer, retrograde, but it will be turning direct on the 23rd, and it'll be in its shadow for another week before it is fully direct. Okay, so we have the lunar nodes that are now in Pisces, on the Pisces Virgo axis, shifting to the Aquarius Leo axis. Okay, and this is a big deal. There's a lot happening with Pluto and Aquarius now, and not only with the North nodes, but during this month, Pluto will conjunct the full moon, and that's in Aquarius happening on the 29th. Okay, so this is like fated karmic energy that is going to be changing us in some way, with it being in Aquarius and Leo. It's about being or offering more to things that are bigger than who you are, as opposed to Leo is about self, okay, and doing all the things for me kind of energy. But this is some impactful energy that is going to change humanity. There is a transformation that is taking place. And for each of you, this will be happening in a place in your chart where Aquarius sits. Okay? And wherever Aquarius sits, Leo is in opposition 180 degrees from that. So it's going to be affecting Aquarius and Leo. But this is going to be some good change for all of the fixed signs: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. And this is going to be for the next 18 months that the shine is going to be on these fixed signs. Okay, so be ready so you don't have to get ready. All right, so now we have I did mention Mercury, turning direct, but while Mercury is in retrograde, this is a good time to turn inward and correct or revise, reevaluate what what we feel is ready to be released, because this lunation that's coming up on the with the full moon and the conjunction with Pluto is a part of that process of letting go of things. Now, this new moon in Cancer on the 14th is setting us up for giving us the opportunity to redefine, home and belonging, our tribe, and connect with our feelings of inner security that comes from within. So you have to be secure within yourself. And this has to do with resetting our central nervous system, okay? And this process happens when we allow ourselves to experience the fear and the pain so we can let go of it. And once we see, feel, and understand what those triggers are or overstand, that's when we can take our power back from those old patterns that we've been bound to, let go of old contracts, vows, oaths, bonds that no longer serve us. So this is this new moon energy starting to set us up for what we need to look at and start to work on so that at the full moon we can start to release, and this energy will stay around for 6 months. But all of this is a process to get us to the next, stage in our own personal revolution, evolution, but not only that, the evolution of the collective societies. Okay? So, now that I've given you the overview, let's get into the forecast. So, I will see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Cancer risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. Okay, I just did Gemini rising, and whenever I do Gemini rising, I always get distracted for one reason or another, but it just catches my, messes with my mind. But anyway, I'm going to give you the best that you can have this month, Cancer rising. So I did an overview of what we can expect for the month, and check it out. But I'm going to, touch on a little bit of what I said starting now. So let's get into it. So we have this month, there is a new moon in your sign, in the sign of Cancer, and this is happening on July the 14th. And we also have the lunar nodes shifting from the Pisces Virgo axis to the Aquarius Leo axis, and this is happening on the 26th. Okay? And on the 29th, we have a full moon in Aquarius that will conjunct with the north nodes, okay? Or we have the Pluto is in Aquarius, so Pluto is going to conjunct the north nodes. All right? Or, however, Pluto is there and is transforming where you are sitting in that part of your chart. Okay, so let's get into July the 3rd. We have Jupiter in Leo squaring Chiron in Taurus. Now the squares are about push and pull. It's about self-discovery, self-mastering. We have to, learn how to balance energies that put us in tension because of past fears, pains, whatever that may have been. Okay? So Jupiter in Leo is in your second house, and this is your house of money, your self-worth, your possessions, how you value yourself as well, and what you value. And then we have Chiron in the sign of Taurus, and this is happening in your 11th house of large groups, large memberships, friendship zones, co-workers as well, and your hopes, wishes, and desires. Now, Jupiter will expand things, and this is in your second house. And because it's a square, there is some work that needs to be done to help you balance, you know, evolve past your immediate responses to tension. All right, and Chiron is the wounded healer, and he's in all of our charts in a certain place, but there have been areas in our life that we've been unconscious to or covered up because we weren't ready to deal with it. So now that Chiron is in Taurus, and this is happening in your 11th house, some of your self worth and what you value may show up around these large groups, zones here. So the tension here is between your need to grow through your self worth, money, and personal talents, and old wounds around belonging, friendships, or group acceptance. Okay? This can show a pattern of wanting to shine or be generous while fearing rejection, scarcity, or not being valued by your community. Okay, so that's where you need to snap out of it and step into who you are, because these are energies from past that may no longer, well, they don't serve you any longer, but they don't even apply here. It's just these feelings, so you have to reset your nervous system. Okay, so Mars in Gemini conjunct Uranus happens on July the 4th, and this is happening in your 12th house of hidden enemies, retreats. That means, maybe taking it easy and doing a lot of sleeping. Um, let's see, 12th house is also about karma, those patterns that we tend to operate from. Like I was just telling you about the square, that's where the hidden information about these patterns sit in your 12th house. So this is good because Mars don't feel well in that 12th house because it can't, act like itself. But this is a place where you can shine the light on what's really causing you to behave in with certain patterns in your in the world. Okay, so Mars in Gemini conjunct Uranus. Uranus is an electric energy. It's going to step in and suddenly change something that you didn't even expect would occur. And of course, Mars want to charge in and make things happen, kind of move through things, which in the 12th house sometimes it may be good. But let's see. So during this transit, you may experience sudden electric burst of energy, surprises, and the urge to break free from a rut. This energy works behind the scenes, stirring restlessness, private insights, hidden anger, or abrupt changes in your sleep, solitude, and emotional processing. Okay? So on the 9th, Venus moves into the sign of Virgo, and this happens in your 3rd house. And this is your house of communication, short trips, transportation of all kinds, communication of all kinds, which is, internet, social media, the phone, and your siblings are also here, your local neighborhood, and some of your old friends sit here in your 3rd house as well. So your affection is shown through your helpfulness, thoughtful details, or useful advice rather than big gestures. And that is the Virgo energy. Your conversations may be softer and more charming. You find more enjoyment in writing, studying, or skill building. And you have a better rapport with your siblings and people in your immediate community. Okay, on the 20th, we have Jupiter in Leo trine Neptune in Aries. Okay, and we've spoke about Jupiter in Leo in your second house. And Neptune in Aries is in your 10th house. Now both of both Neptune and Jupiter can both be spiritual, okay? Neptune is more deeply connected to the unseen, whereas, and becomes boundless. And Jupiter is more connected to the spiritual part of us that we can see because it's our belief system, is our religion, is our, spirituality, other cultures, but it's expansive. Okay, so Jupiter is going to expand whatever it is it touches, make it bigger, okay? Or make us feel like it's bigger. And this is happening in the second house of self worth, value system, how we make our money, and our possessions. And the 10th house of public reputation, our authority figures, our fathers, co workers, and subordinates. Okay, so your confidence may increase your earnings, the price of your work, or the confidence to ask for more. Okay, your creative or spiritual work may attract recognition or professional recognition. You may feel inspired by your career goals if they involve leadership, originality, or a personal brand. Okay, so if you're starting a new business and doing some branding about your business, this is good energy to work with. So on the 22nd of July, the sun enters Leo, and this is happening in your second house. Your sun is about the ego, Leo is about the pride and being seen and wanting the attention. And this is in your second house of your self worth, your values, your possessions, your finances, and how you make your money. Okay? This transit ignites more self confidence around your earnings, asking for a raise, or showing your talents. This is Leo, the self confident part. Your focus is on your values, spending, savings, and what you consider worthwhile. You may have a desire to enjoy your resources more visibly, like splurging or being pride driven. Be careful with that. Okay, and on the 26th, we have the nodes changing to Aquarius Leo axis. All right. And on the 29th, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and this is happening in your 8th house. And this is the house of death, transformation, joint finances, other people's money, psychological, intuitive, psychic energy, loans, debts, and banking is all a part of the 8th house energy. And this full moon is happening there. And it's in the sign of Aquarius. So this is one of the best times for uncovering what's hidden and negotiate joint finances or debts and releasing any old emotional stories that are no longer serving you. Intimacy, power dynamics, or trust issues can come to a head now, which is good because there is a transformation happening because Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius, and this transformation is happening for you, Cancer rising in your 8th house. Okay? So we have the full moon conjuncting the North Node. So it's going to be Pluto conjuncting the North Node because Aquarius is in the sign of Pluto. So this conjunction points to a fated turning point around intimacy, shared finances, emotional entanglements, and deep psychological issues. All right. So Cancer rising, stay connected because there's a lot of feminine energy that you can channel and find some comfort in female energy right now. So look to female friends if you need some type of comfort team. All right? And until next time, bye for now. Why am I not?